to ingest both the structured and the unstructured data from the first report of injury, also referred to as a FROI. Then we're going to use that data that we just ingested, and we're going to create a tailored claim file within ClaimsCenter. And then in Autopilot, we're going to leverage insight from Clara Analytics, and we're going to drive intelligent next steps. All is done without any human intervention. It's all done automatically. So what I'm going to do now is transition over to the live demonstration where Bill Morgan, SC Extraordinaire, is going to help me. Bill, are you still there?
Still here.
Okay. Woo! All right. We actually need to go back. Yeah, thank you. So let me start off then. In the sent email, we're going to kickstart our journey here as the supervisor of a policyholder, Paul Wells and Son, that's singular, they're fruit growers. They have sent to their carrier the FROI file, and as you can see on the bottom of the screen, it's attached to the email. So let's actually open that FROI because it's really important to have the correct information on the injured worker. It's going to expedite contact, payment, as well as claims processing. So our injured worker, let's highlight it, it's Sam Burns. And the description of the loss is apparently he hurt his arm in an auger accident while picking fruit. It looks like the creator of Squid Games actually wrote this commentary. Then let's actually transition over into Indico Data staging. Now this replaces manually entering injury claims information. So Indigo's AI process, it knows how to create a claim file in ClaimsCenter. So it's going to use the structured data that we find in the FROI, and it's going to use the unstructured data that we find in the email. Now, when speaking with carriers like Suncorp, what they told me is that they actually outsource the creation, intake of injuries into ClaimsCenter, and it takes 1 to 2 days to do it. If they were integrated to ClaimsCenter with Indigo, it's going to take 1 minute. I'm going to show you that momentarily. Okay, let's actually transition into the Indigo extract screen because I want to help you understand the data that went into this mapping exercise. So all of this data that you see on the screen in front of you, it's going to be absorbed into ClaimsCenter to create that new claim file. Now, customers can add a manual review step, and we're doing that now just for demonstration purposes only. And you would do it if you have low confidence indicators. In the manual step, there are thumbnails with the colored chiclets telling you exactly what the extracted elements are. If you require an edit, you simply click on it, edit, and then submit. In this scenario though, we have Bill Morgan, so we have high confidence that each data element on this page is correct. So we're actually going to move forward. Let's log into ClaimsCenter as Anna Murray, not to be confused with Anne Murray. I keep making that mistake, the legendary Canadian folk singer. From her desktop, the claims advisor, she sees the activity notifying her of this new claim file, so she's going to click on it and it's going to navigate her directly to the claim file. Notice that we are in the claim summary screen, the newly created claim file for the injured worker being Sam Burns. The exposures, the reserves are automatically created here. Even a payment has been issued on this file. And these actions are tailored to this injury, thanks to Clara Analytics providing insight to Autopilot, which then drives those processes. Okay, now I want to prove to you that this is live and happening in real time. So we're going to navigate to the history section of the services portion of the file. And you're going to see that both the invoice as well as the payment, they've already been automatically approved and also paid. Now, as an aside, this is a really great automation model. Think low complexity anything. So an exposure like medical only claims. Okay, let's go back to the work plan. And an activity is actually created on it. And you can see here on the screen that we have an activity telling us that there is, from Clara, this L2 injury severity. So we know that we need to stay within a certain severity range for our reserve, which is around 10 to 25,000, and that came from Clara, that recommendation. So we navigate over to the reserve worksheet, and we're gonna select to edit the reserve so it's closer to Clara's recommendation. To do so, we just increase the time off. We're gonna bump it up to 16 weeks. Notice now that the reserves increase to 15 to 18,000, which is well within Clara's recommendation. Now we move over to the work plan to complete our activity. Did you know that it is extremely satisfying for an adjuster to manually complete activities that they're responsible for? Adjusters have told me time and again, we don't want these automated, the closure portion. We feel this innate sense of satisfaction when we actually get to click and say we completed the activity. Okay, we actually just received a new document, a medical report, so we're going to transition over to the document section of the file. This particular injury is so complex that we in fact have 40 pages of information on the file. So what we're going to do is upload this medical report into ClaimsCenter and onto the claim file. Our customers tell us this is one of the greatest benefits of using Guidewire Core in general, is that they don't have to flip back and forth between systems. They're actually using ClaimsCenter as the one or single point of entry for navigating on the injured work area. Clara analyzes the document, and then it provides a generative AI summary found within the notes section of the claim file. Notice on the screen, it's even calling out the pre-existing condition of asthma. But wait, there's more. Let's actually close out the loop and also this integrated demo. Let's go back to the work plan bill, and we'll see that based on insight extracted from the medical report, a high priority activity to escalate the injury from L2 to the more severe L4 has been created. And the reason for this escalation is actually encapsulated in the body of the activity. So am I the only one that finds this like ridiculously cool? Because this was all done by insight from Clara, driving autopilot, and like a cyborg working with the human, switching on demand through the claim file and guiding appropriately. All right, well that ends our demonstration, delivering better outcomes thanks to AI-driven insurance delivered by Indico, Clara, as well as ClaimsCenter. What we're going to do now is move forward into our deep dive. So if we could switch